So a long time ago, I made a video tutorial and I told you guys that I met this girl in a supermarket and that we went on a date, but I never told you guys how that date ended up. So I guess I'll tell you guys now. I guess I might as well start with the entire story for those of you guys who aren't familiar. And before I start with the story, I want to say this. This is kind of like a preface, knowledge you need to know before you're gonna fully understand the story. Now, in my life, my personal life, there are two things that I absolutely hate doing. The very first thing is shaving. I can't stand to shave. I hate putting shaving cream on my face and swiping it off with a razor. And the second thing is I hate putting away dishes. I don't mind cleaning dishes, but whenever the dishwasher is clean, I hate putting away the clean dishes. So typically, since I live with the roommates, what we would do is whenever someone saw that the dishwasher is clean, we didn't take turns or anything. It's just whoever was there and saw the dishwasher was clean, then they would go ahead and be the one to put the clean dishes away. So, anyways, I just want to preface that because that's important information that you guys are going to need to know later on. I hate shaving and I hate putting away dishes. So, basically, now to the story of me and the girl. So one day I was at the supermarket, and there are two main supermarkets down here. There's one called Harris Teeter, and there's one called a Food Lion. Now, at each supermarket, you can sign up for these special cards, and I actually have one right now I can show you. Here's what the cards look like. And they're basically just little like credit card looking things where if you are a member, then you can get extra discounts like 50% off pork chops and stuff like that. So at Harris Teeter, you can sign up for this card, and if you ever forget your card to show them, you can just give them your phone number, and they'll accept that as well. So anyways, I was at Food Lion, which is the other supermarket, and I went up and I got all my groceries and everything, and I got to the cashier who was this cute girl, and I realized that I left my card in my car. So I went up to her and I got done checking everything out, and I go, "Can I give you my phone number?" And I was asking her if I could just give her my phone number since I didn't have my card. But this girl thought that I was actually hitting on her and I like wanted to give her my phone number to pick her up. So she's like, "Well, yeah," and she takes out she takes out her personal cell phone, like whips it open and wants to get my phone number so we can like, hook up and go on a date or whatever. So anyways, I ended up giving her my phone number, and we start talking and we decided to go on a date. We actually decided to go see Shrek, not the first one, whatever one came out recently, the most recent Shrek. But anyways, so there I was. I think it was a Saturday, and we were ready to go on this date, and it was before I picked her up or anything. So I was eating, and I bought this family size lasagna from Food Lion, and it was a huge lasagna, and I just finished eating it after like 3 days. So now I had this empty pan of lasagna that I was just gonna go stick in the dishwasher. So I went out, I took my empty pan of lasagna, and I went out to the dishwasher, about to stick it in, and, and I realized that the dishwasher was full. So I'm like, oh my god, what I'm gonna have to do is put all of these dishes away just so I can stick this, just so I can stick this dirty one pan of lasagna in the dishwasher to get clean. So I'm like, all right, I got a couple options here. I can wash it by hand, or I can go ahead and hide it in and hide it in my room and wait till one of my roommates cleans out the dishwasher and then go stick it in. So that was a better plan. That's what I wanted to do. So I took it in my room, which is where I am right now, and I was like, all right, let me think about this for a second. If I leave it in my room right now, then all the pasta and stuff is going to get crusty and it's going to make it really hard to wash. So I better not do that. And then I thought, what if I go ahead and rinse it out to get all the, stuff that would be crusty, and then later on I can just go stick it in and it wouldn't be crusty basically. So I decided to wash it out in my bathtub because, definitely didn't want to clean out the dishes from the dishwasher since I hate that. So I took it, I rinsed it out in my bathtub, and I looked in my bathtub, and this bathtub was like a mess now. It looked like I slaughtered a bunch of baby lambs and seals in my bathtub. I mean, it was just covered with tomato sauce. It's definitely not the result I was looking for. But I was about to go on this date with this girl that I just met, so I was like, you know what? F it, no one's gonna see it. I'll just clean it whenever I take a shower. Just, rinse it off with my feet or anything. So I'm not even worried about it right now. So, anyways, my bathtub was now covered, and I had a wet plate of lasagna that at least wasn't gonna get crusty. And I went to go on this date with this girl. So we went on the date, and we went and saw Shrek. I'm just gonna say it's Shrek 3. I think that's the one. And after the date, which we were supposed to, part ways, we decided to come back to my place. So, so we both came back to my place, and we were, talking or whatever. And after about 5 minutes, she's like, can I use your bathroom? And I was like, wasn't even thinking. And I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And I told her where the bathroom was. And she went in the bathroom. And as soon as she closed the door to go in the bathroom, I'm like, I start panicking because I know that it looked like I just killed a person and tried to hide it up by covering it in my bathtub. My bathtub is covered with lasagna, and there's the prettiest girl sitting in my bathroom right now. So I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. So, so finally, after all my, brain power going off, I'm like, all right, Buggy, just calm down. All you have to do is tell the truth to her. I know it's gonna sound weird, but if you just tell her what went on, she's gonna understand, and she's gonna know that you didn't kill a bunch of animals in your bathtub. So as soon as she comes out, oh man, as soon as she comes out from the bathroom, I go, it's lasagna, and she goes, what? And the doors open at that moment, and I look behind her, and I can see that the bathroom shower curtain is closed. So she never even saw the bathtub because the shower curtain was closed. And now I'm standing here, a guy that she, basically just met, just shouting out, it's lasagna. And she's like, what the heck are you talking about? So now I'm like, all right. And by the way, I know I'm telling this story and it's taken like me a couple minutes to say and I can gather my thoughts together. But at that moment, it was like a split second. I had to think just like that what was going on. So by now I was just panicking. I'm like, oh my god, what do I say? What do I say? And I had like a half a second to decide what was coming out of my mouth. So by now I'm just like, F it, Bucky. You can just get away with it. Just lie and just say something, the first thing that comes to your mind. And I just go, what? So that's actually the first thing that came to my mind. I go, it's lasagna, and she goes, what? And I go, what? So I'm trying to cover up the fact that I just shouted out the dumbest thing ever. And I'm trying to, I guess, I don't know what I was doing. I was going to try to make her look like the, her look like the crazy one or something. But in reality, I was the one who was shouting out these stupid things. So anyways, it was a really weird and awkward moment, kind of like for the next 15 minutes, because it was just a really odd series of events that led up to that. And I don't know, it was and she was like so cute and the date was going so good and I basically just ruined it by, just acting all weird. So, nevertheless, she ended up going home that night and to be honest, I was so embarrassed that I couldn't even call her because I felt like I'd been such an idiot and acted so weird. So, to say it didn't work out basically. So, and now that I think of it, I really hope that she's not watching this, or else that's going to be really embarrassing.